Alright, well, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in to my Survival Guide Let's Play on the 1.16.5 version of Minecraft, Java version. Alright, so as you can see, we're outside of my village here, and I had plopped up this wall and with plans to improve on it, and I think it's time we gave a nice entranceway to the main section. Eventually we're going to, finish embellishing this entire wall, but today what we're going to work on is a working iron gate. So that's going to be pretty cool. All right, so I did a little bit of prep work. This is the gate as it's been actually. And I did put up this little perimeter fence because we're going to have to temporarily break this section out here. And I didn't want any of my villagers escaping, so that's what that little temporary fence is for. We'll remove that when we're all done. Okay, and I got a little bit of supplies here. I'll go ahead and plop up on the screen. It's gonna be a little redstone project. Let me plop up on the screen an image of some of the materials we're gonna need, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so we got to break out some of these bushes here. We just got to make a little bit of room for the gate, and we got to take down some of the wall here. Now what I want to do, the gate itself is going to be 4 blocks wide, and then there's a little bit of work on each side of it that has to happen. So we'll probably break out, I don't know, maybe about 10 to 12 blocks of working room here. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's plenty of room to work, and sun's going down. Okay, so first up, this is where the gate was, and that's about where I want the gate to be. Now this first little stretch here, let me change to a shovel. We need to dig out 6 blocks wide, 3 blocks wide this way, and then 5 blocks deep. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so we've got our 6 wide, 3 this way, and 5 deep. Now you want to place, you're going to need some sticky pistons here, and you're going to want to place these 4 in a row here, right about against the side of the wall that in line with where you want the actual gate to be. So I want the gate to be in line with the existing wall, so we're going to do it right here. Okay, and then left and right wise, you just want to leave, you got to leave those 2 open there for space. So we're going to start in the corner. Okay, now once we have these 4 pistons down, sticky pistons, now we want to take some regular pistons and we want to place those on top. All right, and now we want to take some gravel. We need, you could use, I suppose, I haven't done it with sand. I suppose you could use sand or maybe the orange sand. It just needs to be a block that is affected by gravel. And we're going to go ahead and go 3 more on top of all these. Okay, so now we're back up even to the surface. And so that's what we should have so far. All right, so now we want to place our iron gates on top of this. And we want to go 3 rows up. So the gate's going to be 4 gates wide, and we need to go 3 high. Okay, and now we have something that looks like this. We've got our bottom row of sticky pistons, a row of regular pistons on top of that, 3 layers of gravel, and 3 layers of iron gates that are, all of this is 4 blocks wide. All right, now time for a little bit of redstone. Okay, so we're just going to hop on down here, and we need some repeaters. And we're going to put a repeater against each one of these, and we're going to do 1 tick on them of delay on each one of these. All right, and then we need some glowstone dust. And then another repeater right here with no delay on that one. So now the whole contraption should look like this. All right, next up, you need to place some blocks that you're going to use to hold the redstone. It really could be any solid block. I'm going to use polished diorite because I don't use that for much. So if I can't imagine I'll be digging in this area, but if I do and I run into this polished diorite, I'll know that it is something. All right, so standing in the opposite corner that you started your pistons in, you're going to want to jump up and place a block under you. Place one forward and up. All right, and then we're going to do a whole row, the level right above the top piston. All right, now a little bit more redstone, so we're going to go ahead and put redstone dust there, redstone dust here, these 4 blocks, and then we need more repeaters, and they go right here. No delay this time. So now you've got, this is what your redstone path looks like at this point. Okay, so next up we're going to take another, whatever block type you're choosing to use, and you want to make it so that it's above this second block here, and so it's kind of like off the corner. Torch on the side, dust on top. Okay, so you can see that at this point that pushed that up, and this is kind of giving you a look at what we've got so far. I took that corner out just so I can get up and down easily. All right, so next up, another block right here in the corner. There you go. So that's a redstone torch on the side and some redstone dust on top. And next is going to be the blocks that we placed that are going to have the buttons to operate this thing on it. Now I'm going to use polished stone for those. Okay, so we want to take that whatever type of block you're going to use. I'm going to do the polished stone because it'll when I build out the rest of the tower and stuff like that, it'll kind of blend in, but it'll stand out just a little bit. So we've got that there, and now we take some buttons. Put a button on each side so you can control it from inside or outside. Okay, so when the iron gate is sitting down here, this button will push it up. All right, so now we got to build the part that's going to push it back down when you want the gate to close. All right, so for this part, I'm going to get a little bit of scaffolding out. If you don't have scaffolding, it's no big deal. You can just use dirt blocks or whatever. All right, so we're going to pile some blocks on top of these. I'm going to just use cobblestone for now, and I'll probably vary them out at some point, but I'm going to use cobblestone. There you go. And then to get... don't do that too much. Now we have to be able to place the next row of pistons. So if you place 3 more, so now you got a row of cobblestone 4 blocks high. Break out the middle 2 pieces and grab yourself some regular pistons. Okay, so we need 8 regular pistons for this next step. And we're going to go ahead... and we want them facing down. All right, that was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it. So we got 2 rows of pistons. So we got 8 pistons down. We can break that temporary block away now. Okay, so once we have this, now we got to come over here and finish we got to put a button in that's going to operate this top part and then get the redstone in place over here. All right, so I'm going to put another the same type of block here. Okay, and then we want a button on each side. Redstone torch. And I don't think we'll be able to jump up there. I'll have to build this up a little more. All right, and then these are, I'm going to go back to the polished diorite just because that to me signifies that we've got some wiring going on here. All right, now we need another torch on top of this one. All right, and then we need a block in front of it. All right, we got the block in front, and now we just got to continue these. That makes this block even at the same height of these cobblestone blocks here that are right under the pistons. So we got to run the row right out alongside of those. And again, the purpose of these blocks are to carry a signal, so I'm still using the polished diorite. Doesn't have to be polished diorite, but something that you'll recognize in case you're digging in the area would be wise. Okay, and then we got to run a redstone signal across the top here. All right, then we got to get another block on top of that torch there. Put some redstone on top. All right, and then we need to get a block right on top there. Okay, I climbed up here from the side so I can more easily make this row here. And then we just got to go ahead and run a row along this top row of pistons. All right, and then we just go ahead and connect our redstone up. Climb on down. And let's see if she works. And she does. Okay, so we got to build the stuff around it, but we have a functioning gate now. So when you come up to the gate, you hit that button, opens her up, and when you want to close, you hit the top button, pushes it back down. Okay, so now we got to enclose all this. All right, so we'll put some grass over here. I might change some of that out. We'll use a few gravel blocks here. A little bit of cobble. All right, I'm going to switch to stone now, and this is no particular reason other than I'll probably break some of these out later. I'm just going to build it all out of stone at the moment so that we can get the an enclosure built in, and then I'll randomize some of the blocks so it looks a little more in keeping with the rest of the wall. But we got to build up on the sides. And then as I'm building these in, I like to just test the wall and make sure I've not done anything that's going to mess it up. Okay, so that's still operating just fine. All right, now this block here, because there's a redstone there, this block here needs to be a stair. It can't be a full block or that will interfere. So I'm going to go ahead and use a cut stone stair there. There we go. All right, get a little bit of an archway look going. Okay, to make this somewhat symmetrical, I'm going to go ahead and, even though it won't have a function like this does, I'm going to make a little indent on the other side, and that way it'll kind of fit in. It'll be spaced when we connect it to the towers that are going to go next to this. It'll also be spaced more appropriately. And then I'm also going to, even though it's not going to have buttons on it, I'm going to use a couple layers of the polished stone, smooth stone there, and so that it kind of matches that side. Okay, and then we're going to bring this, as it gets a little bit higher, we're going to bring this out, and there's going to be two towers, one on each side, and then that'll cover up this part as well. But again, I'm going to check this just to make sure that it still functions properly. Okay, now the other cool thing about this is, when it's open, even though it's only 2 blocks high, you can ride a horse right through here. Won't hurt you one bit. You won't even have a moment of suffocation. These iron bars will do nothing when you're sitting up on the horse. So you can ride your horse on through and close that gate right up. Okay, but otherwise you can't get out. Okay, so before we decorate too much more up top, we kind of got to build these towers, and the towers are then what's gonna be connecting this and the existing wall that's there. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just gonna do this freehand, and I'm probably gonna build the whole thing either with stone or cobblestone. I'm gonna do it in 3 phases. First, I'm gonna build the actual towers just how they are, all in one kind of stone. Then I'll go through and break it out and bury the stone up so it looks a little more natural. And then my idea for these towers are they're gonna look like they've been battered. So I'm gonna break them up, and there's even going to be maybe some fires going inside of there. I have an idea. We'll have to see how it looks, and I'll probably go ahead and time-lapse this part since it's completely just seat of the pants. There's nothing specific planned on this, so I don't really have anything to talk you through, but let's see what we come up with. All right, and we're back. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with this part of the castle wall. I think it looks okay, and as you can see from here, on the left or the left tower, from our point of view, looks like it took some hits and it's on fire. And I don't know. I just thought I would play around with that, and seemed like a kind of a fun thing. When we get up closer, you'll see that there's some blocks knocked out and such. So it looks like maybe there was a battle, and we took some hits, and it was a recent battle because it's still burning. So anyway, let's run on over there and have a look at it. All right, so here's another view. Here we're approaching it from the path. Right behind us is our iron farm with the hidden as a water tower, and yeah, it looks pretty cool from this point of view. I didn't pick up my bed. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. This is the first time I've ever built anything. I wouldn't. It's not really a castle. It's just the front gate. But this is the largest front gate thing I've ever built in survival. So now, of course, let's go see the fun part. It's got a functional iron gate that works. So we come on up. We hit the button, and then we can go on through. And we hit the close button. And we're closed back up. Now, like I mentioned earlier, what's cool is you can ride a horse through here, no problem. So that's pretty cool too, because I was really struggling with, I have a couple of horses over here in the pens, and I was like, well, do I make a pen outside, make some stables outside, or am I going to make a way where they can come in? So this way, if we decide to keep the horses in here, part of the barn and part of this system here, it's not going to be a problem at all. We want to get out. Yeah, oh yeah, and then I can take down my temporary fence now, because the villagers won't be able to get out unless they're really sneaky. All right, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a run up the stairs. So it's got a couple of layers in there. We'll go up this turret. It's not really done from the back, so I got some work to do from the back still. But this one's kind of burned out. This one's got all the flames and stuff in there. I just used netherrack and used a flint and steel to light it on fire, and I situated it in such a way that you can't see that it's netherrack from the outside. So at any rate, from in the inside here, you go up to your turret. And you come in here at your first level, and you've got a good view overlooking everything here. I guess I need to put some lighting in here, otherwise stuff is going to spawn. But you got a pretty good view, and that's pretty neat. And then you've got kind of like a crisscross. I was going to do like a cross, the bones and skull thing here, but this video is already running long, and I've already spent a lot of time on this. Maybe we'll do that as another episode. But here, this is the upper level, and I suppose I could put some iron rails here so you can't fall out, but I don't imagine I'll be up here all that often. But it is a pretty cool lookout. You got a pretty decent view from all around. We can look at our village from over here. We got our cute little barn there. And yeah, so pretty neat. And then you can run across to the other side. And this side, as you can see, is... a lot of this is burned out, and if it looks random, that's because it literally caught on fire and the wood burned out. So not too shabby, but you can go up on this side as well. And we got a little fire going here, and we don't really go up on the roof, but there is a fire up there with the black stone roof. So... All right, guys, I think this is where we're going to end it. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed the project. I think it looks pretty good. It's a nice addition to our little village. So more to do on the wall as well. I'd like to do a big lookout tower inside the village. I think that'd be pretty cool. We got a lot of projects to do. If you remember from a few episodes back when a creeper blew up we just found a skelly spawner right under my house in the abandoned mine shafts, and a couple creepers were in there. I think one creeper blew up. It didn't blow up the spawner, but it blew up the floor above it, and a creeper dropped in from the floor above, and it blew up the spawner, so that was a drag. But while I was doing some mining, I did find another skelly spawner. So we have a spider spawner to build a farm. We have a skelly spawner to build a farm. Boy, we got lots of stuff to do. We still need to do a villager breeder and transport system, villager trading hall. So lots of things coming. Anyway, again, boy, I fibbed to you. I said it was over, but then I rambled on for another 2 minutes. All right, guys, this is it. Thanks so much for joining. Please consider liking my channel. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It would help me out immensely, and then I can get to keep making fun projects like this that we can all enjoy. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.